Hi there, everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Monday morning, a brand new week, the final day of March. I guess you can be the judge whether it goes out like a lion or a lamb. It's kind of a tame lion or maybe a rough lamb, kind of the way I'm looking at, kind of in between for today. We do have a few light snow showers or flurries that back towards the west here. Most of us won't see much out of this, but maybe it turns into some sprinkles as it warms up and pushes east. Kind of partly to mostly cloudy today, best chance of more sun in the east, and then maybe later in the day here to the west. Ahead of our storm system that'll be approaching for tomorrow, we may get some showers overnight tonight, maybe a couple of cracks of lightning or cracks of thunder, some flashes of lightning out there overnight, but this shouldn't amount to a whole lot. Notice the winds picking up, though, out of the southeast. Those winds are going to be getting stronger tomorrow. Winds tomorrow could gust over 40 miles per hour. It's going to be one of our warmest days this week, though, especially if we can get some sunshine here. And then this all interacts with an area of low pressure that'll be approaching, that low kind of spinning right here. That'll push eastward, and it'll be a dry line. Now, really the biggest question, there is still a lot of uncertainty with the way things play out tomorrow, is where is this dry line going to be? Some models actually have it right here. And if that's the case, then our storms are mostly going to be near and east of Highway 281. That's the highway right here. Or could it be as far west as Highway 83? The Storm Prediction Center is accounting for everything to the west, but honestly, the better chances are going to be over eastern areas, especially as we get into tomorrow evening. Severe weather will be a possibility. Hopefully you get some thunderstorm activity, because that could mean some good rain. While we have other chances of rain, I think the heaviest rain that we get this week is going to be those areas that do see thunderstorms for tomorrow and tomorrow night. Especially, I think, eastern portions of Nebraska. Then you get on the backside of that system as the severe weather threat kind of comes to an end out east. The backside of the system brings cool showers, but maybe still some lightning and thunder embedded within some of this. This model is very aggressive with that snow. Right here is probably one of the most aggressive models, to be honest. So, yeah, we might see some snow up here in the sand hills, but it's not likely to accumulate or be very minimal. But again, if we do see snow, maybe a little blowing snow on the backside of the system here with the wind still blowing. So for today, the Storm Prediction Center, they'll be updating this throughout the day here. The next update comes out at 8 o'clock this morning. They do have a level 2 out of 5 slight risk area for most of central and eastern areas here. Basically about Ewing to Lexington eastward here is that threat. But really, I would put it east of Highway 281 with the best chance. A marginal risk here, kind of a low wind threat of severe storms, and then not really a severe weather threat, mostly just kind of general lightning and thunder with some of the rain in western areas. Right now, your primary threats, not a big tornado threat with this here. I don't think there's a lot of spin in the atmosphere, but there's not a lot of instability. I think your biggest threat is going to be large hail, maybe upwards of 1.5 inches in diameter, and then maybe some wind gusts over 60 miles per hour. Highs today, well, better than the weekend, but not exactly warm. We're looking at 40s and 50s for afternoon high temperatures. Tonight we dip down into the 30s and lower 40s for lows. Tomorrow, one of our warmest days this week. We get highs up into the 50s and 60s. Still some 40s possible up to the northwest here. And then as we look ahead down the road here, we're actually going to cool off after tomorrow. Tomorrow night, 30s and 40s for lows, some 20s off to the northwest. It will be a cooler day on Wednesday, although still maybe above 60 in southeastern areas. We'll see 50s and 40s, that cooler air working its way in. We've got more chances of rain down the road. So Wednesday night, 20s and 30s. Thursday with a chance of rain and clouds around. It's going to stay cool in the 40s and 50s. We've got kind of just a cool, damp weather pattern this week here. So tomorrow is the warmest day in the lower 60s. I did throw in a weather alert day for tomorrow due to that threat of severe weather. Again, mainly for wind and hail. Cooling down, more chances of rain Thursday and Friday, maybe some snow mixing in Saturday if it's cold enough. And then Sunday's kind of the turnaround point where we see a drying of our weather pattern and maybe starting to warm things up as we get into early next week. And in fact, the Climate Prediction Center's long-range outlook does have us a little, actually, I take that back. Long-range forecast models have us back above average next week in the 60s and even some 70s. The North Platte outlook here, not a lot different than the Tri-Cities. Again, maybe some light snow this morning, but I'm not too concerned about it. Warming up tomorrow, not really a severe weather threat, but maybe some rain and isolated lightning and thunder. Cooler and blustery on Wednesday with still a chance of some lingering showers in the morning. More often on chances of rain and maybe a little bit better chance of a little snow mixing in Friday and Saturday. We'll see. Sunday, that's our chance to dry out and start to warm things up, and we will see a warming trend going into next week where we're back up into the 60s and even some 70s, which is kind of opposite of what the Climate Prediction Center's outlook is for next week. They've got us at near to below average conditions. It's more likely to have below average weather out west or out east, but just to our west is above average. But I think we could actually see some of this sneak in for a time next week, but we are very likely to stay below average precipitation. There isn't a lot across most of the country coming next week. So after a very active week this week with several low pressure systems, next week turns much quieter, other than down in the southeast part of the U.S. As we take a look at some of the long range models here. Again, here's our storm system for tomorrow. Now, late tonight, tomorrow morning, there's the rain. And then tomorrow afternoon, showers and thunderstorms. Again, notice central to eastern Nebraska, the best chance. Some wraparound rain. The European model doesn't have much snow with this here for our area. But then we get some more off and on chances of rain and maybe a little snow out west. We'll see, especially as we go into the weekend here. And then that moves on out. We'll dry things out next week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, not much for moisture chances as we start to warm things up. The GFS is a little bit different. GFS model right here. And here is, we'll jump into tonight. Here comes that chance of rain overnight and tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon. And then notice the GFS, how much farther east it is. Again, Highway 281 eastward is the best chance of severe weather tomorrow afternoon and evening. And then some wraparound showers on the backside and maybe a little snow up to the northwest. This one's not very aggressive with snow either. So my in-house model is the most aggressive with snow of any I could find, which is why I don't think we'll see too much snow other than maybe the far northwest. Moisture mostly clearing out by Wednesday afternoon, but more rounds Thursday, Friday, maybe some snow out west. Maybe a better chance. So now the GFX actually keeps all the moisture from basically Friday night through the weekend all to our south, but it does keep us dry into most of next week. So Saturday's still kind of up in the air a little bit because the European and the GFS kind of don't really match too well. So, all right, well, with that, that's about all I have to share for you for today. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll be back with you on the first day of April on your Tuesday morning. Until then, hope you have a wonderful final day of March. Take care, and God bless. Bye.